OKFM 101.7.
Yeah, Maminko lawyer Gary Nimako mafo na we director legal Emma MPP amanyukunu na ye ne ntwe nkomo law me mochi
I'm good so that is
boko na mpom boko de
aka go so
we law why emranimu ni de mamimfa nkomo yi sate law me no obi di nkomo ma nipa ko na ka kire me se nipa uyi nyankopon a osuro wo mo pa ya adwogefo na ma anti ase no se da menya obia me musa odi enti a etesa
ben ciao ciao for na ile pana kaya no kre ana kwa tu mosum na ko jina mo nimu a na kama shem na ya unim de fini trimu ba no ane se waka okayia so kan se yo se mrana wati yo so ntinye o e ga ba bo se paya na wo de ga bo ne bo se paya no ano no ba me se criminal case na wo ya yede bo ha pa no na ye se ni ko demo a me no anse that time na no
wow
ko fi ko abi mo
ebia ka mama ko fa ebia ayi matade a me be hye
bi na de bo ho ma pa na ta no na se ye criminal case ke fresh na ko da so abre na no ya sa da bre na no ane se ifo no maka wa se adaka ni mo na court no pon wa na apolifo no de hakofa agunsa abanka bagunsa na se ensa onge do kwa eno ase do kwa so one prison that's all ensa sabre e dia mo wona na di oti ko ya na no fa na wegine na gawa no apromu akota na ke hu okọ kwa na afi na ma okọ da fi asi sibu ke so dia anya mo kumwa ko wia wasu difa no mo afọ se emra no wati so wontinye wakana so mawie onti asia no akwa after akwa afọ korwa pina bakwa no wako ko na bakwa no wako depending on the nature of the case no and the circumstances of the matter no and the betre ti sana ti me de ame me no ya gane ni to ka kire wono me so na ya gane se wo hona wo ha ko pa ba man ye Baba mani kwa baba ni unya baba ni a problem.
Wow.
Big problem. Oda kwa wunda.
Wow.
Oda kwa wunda kwa me. Yasi unya baba ni oda kwa wunda minda. Wa stand biya no. Meje se problem. Problem kwa me.
Enti na
usha yare.
Ani aban ye.
Baba mani.
Na baba din sebia ye de obi akotum. Na nipa kro no wo appeal for bail from prison pending appeal. And so ya na adding and answer depending on the judge assembly.
It depends on the facts of the matter and the nature of the offense, you know. And also the sentence in the man. But there should be a sentence in the Kakrebia. Well, he be crowd, but not the and be a offense, no offense, and more thing, because you be a name is be and be a small offense beer. Sano, who appeal now, we apply bill pending appeal. No, do you bill now? Now they go to court anymore. I just do one more. What me say bill? No, cause okay, fine, not granted. This also has a main guarantee. When I appeal. For some time, no, or maybe pay appeal record, no. Be bind the baby, my dear appeal, no.
Number one, a book.
Sir, a record. Sir, I said, no, depend on a more a court, no. I send one more. Don't say, now, and cut on a dozen. Cut on a better court as I won't better court the dozen. nti ɔmo bind ni nyinaa ɔmo photocopy ni nyinaa mako na mo yɛ binding ɔmo yɛ binding wie a asa na mako hwem ɛho sɛ record ni nyinaa yɛ complete record a mefa no sɛ deɛ ka si yɛ court hɔ no nyinaa na maka bɔ mu no because appeal court ɛkɔhwɛ record no na ɔmo ahwɛ sɛ deɛ kɔɔ so wɔ court hɔ no mu no ɛne judgment ɛbaeɛ no na ɛwɔ sɛ ɛba ana ne sɛ ɛba sentence no na ɛwɔ sɛ ɛba saa anaa ne sɛ ɛba saa anaa ebi a na sentence yɛ too harsh and excessive anaa ana bi kɔ ne so anaa nti kɔdɔ appeal no ɔmo yɛ judge for me and so but wo na also hwɛ na wɔde kasa nyina ɛkɔdan ɔmo nti wobɛyɛ photocopy ne nyinaa na wɔtua ka na wɔfofiri condition of appeal ne nyinaa wie ka bɔ mu a na mode akɔdan kɔdɔ appeal ya ma date ebeti wasem na obe go through ni na be wie no depend on the wasem kwa de bo wo no because na sentence ni so dia bia no what try we because one time you mama can be object 3 months imprisonment yeah appeal record ni na wie no na 2 months ko ya kwa ya mo what kind of conviction no what try we what time na wie
wow ebi o wa kra ye be wi asem na wie no na atwa tem na wie
no atwa tem na wie o twa wie
eki pa cho mi bo na che sa so wo
de ebo aye ne ye ba ko ana o ma no 19 years na ba ko ma no 12 years ko P4 over 10 decision ka say there are so many inconsistencies in the record the high court judge will agree with me only me anya adwene ana o convict you mo bako man 19 years bako man 12 years bako 3 months enti court no watani ni na dan ne said bi ha ko judge no wanya de onya na dwuma yie judgment ni favor o man no more longer term no so but for the 3 months in the no try we
na lowe enu be fan say bia in the case of bia felony second degree felony any bia in the case of misdemeanor ana bia first degree felony no enu no na appeal no ya na bia danso
that be e be follow the same process na say appeal here o lawyer no na so we case we are na no jumasa o high court o jumasa the grandpa o make say okay lawyer why o juma we are da wasi appeal no yen issue biem you go find another lawyer I call appeal na my until you don't have need first instructions to continue with the case until we na fe on ba say wo da bi a bush nya ba say da bi lawyer ya fi say juma na ya man ya da wasi you go find another lawyer na call appeal na the find am back so okay to aso dia na what to aso man but wo so ye people ni nyina photocopy ni nyina we ni nyina ma register me nyina da ma
eti wo be ye ni nyina no wan hwe na what them be 6 months ko 1 year de ye keken
no so ni nyina no so ni nyina no depend o ese wo bomodin se register no wo be se wo ko na wo bobo mu na ko nyon kwa odi no mo yama wo
enyon kwa
forget that nyon kwa odi no mo yama wo there are other pieces and so omo ye ho ko photocopy no nti so ko na ko gina wo so na say omo ye ni nyina no we so a sometimes no for the documents e bi ana in a better than film what's up with the appeal recording they complete
wow
complete and so now they are co the we be do ma any year so say ni nyina be kan kama now the nyina ko during na ko we are the court of appeal will look at the judgment delivered by the high court and any other court, whether it's a circuit court or whatever it is, they will look at it. So much we are evidence now, prosecution at the buyer, then they will evaluate it. And they will look at the law, whether the judge at the court will know what is right or what is wrong. So when you're right, yeah, sometimes they can even enhance a sentence for you. Sometimes, if you cannot get the crowd or market or sentence, it will be. Almost judgment now, high court in mine, and now what about court mine? It be an also come out, be a fancy beer 10 years, and maybe a month 2 years. They can evaluate it and say no. Sometimes the crown police are don't take the Ngidi be ka homa Nimako ya sa to mo and na sentence me too much e wo so dodo na no ya to so ma so ti ase sana e work here
wow
sana work here nti and yes straightforward sir but sometimes we be appeal be crash so be a contempt case we ma contempt I say contempt no what that say connect with them there's 1 week and 2 weeks come 2 weeks no we be appeal be record be we no all to we and 1 week okay he better go and send it quietly and come back. The nature of the case, the nature of the offense, the kind of sentence the amount war, the baby termin.
Okay.
The strategy the lawyer will have to adopt, whether to appeal, not to appeal, you know.
I see. Now, Laurie, what do you mean with thoughts on the Criminal Offences Act 1980, Act 29, with amendments 554, 849, and then 1034? Nipa bi say one essay section 131 is shrouded in ambiguity. Na ama because one say
I know 131 no. Who say me no say who can me follow on into my name. They know 131. What is there?
Yeah, fraud by pretenses.
Can you tell me? What's that?
Mami can't share a lot.
Can you tell me?
Matilom, but
I'm not apartment number 2. Oh Lord, how much on a power?
I just said one again. I was saying section 131 defrauding by false pretense. A person who defraud
by the false pretense.
False pretense, yeah.
Okay.
A person who defaults any other person by false pretense commits a second degree felony. Ahano and we will see eja what try actually will be now what the agini sika be when they say Kedia Chemia, no answer me dance canoma. Now the Ayami Huni say was say the person is liable to a term of imprisonment not less than 10 years and not more than 25 years, despite section 296 of the Criminal and the Other Offences Act procedure no at 1966 Act 13. I didn't money who pass her.
Yes, so what is the question? Because
question is let's
say would be defrauded by false pretense a felony.
A felony.
I don't want to say, you put away another way. Now Macasebia, come. Make me I deal we say and now we say any amount. When at the time make us no, meaning say they make no a force, not make
me bois,
and you should be any war, medical no yet Maca. And one more party with some consideration. It will be a major fool. Mamma Takusim poor. But here is how the way the amount war. The could be asked here, let any else say, they make kind no, and you're not correct. Yet, Majusica. So what you say, another more party with some consideration. Knowing said they make kind of you're not correct. And man, interest, where's what would be for? Let me give you a classic example. And I say, "Bia, all catch will be said, Mamma, it be a $5,000. Now, me acquire American visa for amount. When you know very well, sir, tell me, kill it, man, say, won't you consular? I know now my visa. Yet, how many parties car, $100 amount. Would you be now, book it, I should buy. What, Miss Anna, one yet? Take it now, one yet. The partner was a difficult. If you are Chihuahua, police for Chihuahua, they must charge you so they for the by false pretenses.
Wow.
And see, and also, no, we will be aware smarter. Just refund the money quickly to the person. You with Mr. Chowa, that my musica. But yes, I know could not quote one. You must show cost the NCR. I was a would me as I did no. I could do musica. When you knew very well, sir, as one out canoe, you know, should be any now the Casa Cemetery panel. It was one more sicker.
Matthias law.
Until I know there's nothing wrong with that. So what is ambiguous about that one?
So it's not shrouded in any ambiguity.
There's no ambiguity. Money is very clear. Very clear. He wouldn't say, "Oh, Casemia." The Okano, I was saying, "No, to do now, Catini Pano." The idea which me, no, I mean, man, corner and confront movie and says, "Meeting is hardly the amount." Knowing very well the Okano, said, "In a should be any."
I see. And yeah, mo amubu ye grofo bukata mu hwe yi. Na mamemre Ablekuma North. Na no enra sesen yete se asem America down court no to injunct the process of rerunning the certain polling stations no court no anye antum. Na yasa tibie mu se yese ene ye court na anye antum no mo beko. Na obi be se eyi mu plea to the court no na ye den a court na anye antum.
Yo. Edi ka no. O se asem Ablekuma North no. Na in isolation. Yeah, Ablekuma North, the Central, okay, Central, the South. Alpha not North and South, was East. These were all constituencies. The court Trabano, every year, no. Or more collation, no. And call for running call state center after someone pay my collation. And my day to control should be by easy. I want to mean the collation. A more and a trolley cut out my easy. I demanded collation from you. So go and complete the collation of those areas. I declare you are one day and they will lose so. The come easy, no, easy for no, and young Mojuma. Easy good in a court. Say, you can order of mandamus to compel you the Electoral Commission. Say, the constitutional and statutory duty, and they say, you tell me we are. We collate, declare the one way, and the one we show. And then proceed to do your work. Court on your journey. And a court in your order. So, Mukoya Sadiano. Mukoya Sadiano. If you proceed here, you collate here, calculation travel, I declare the one way. You are the woman when they taking myself, and also by your collate here. Boise East, Mukoya. After an offer, Mukoya. And my son Samuel, Nina, no movie, come, am I so many in as members of parliament? I heard you're not cut Ablekuma North between the chassis. Or me, ya could do say, or more they cut about one say, I come here, son, yet to be collated. Let's understand, sir. The collation can only happen when election are or various police stations are ready. Without election, of course, when you declare you are one police station, you cannot have collation. You can only collate when you can show, say, election is complete in the various polling station. I'm not sure about say, oh my way, I come here, sir. Yes, sir, okay, I feel here, we have security. By June, I come here, sir. You are bossman, Dr. Bossman. On why I mean we are talking about parliament, or swear off, as I come here, sir. And even ruled out the possibility of a rerun. I'm in relation with TV so. Life in now with TV so. And all of a sudden, I got 2 hours after 19. I say, make me mental that I see ye. You almost come here, sir. But here for the Rebecca 19. Even under oath, I come here, sir. I feel to you, let about one thing say, I am more with some election. You run no. On the 11th, which is Friday. Now, young Combrem Kaka. Also, a rerunner, but you call public election regulation, CR 127. But we'll follow so. Now, would the young fat Ghana form from Manwakabi? No more who said. The only time you can talk about a rerun is when there's a tie in the election. You can't talk about rerun when there's no tie. So when there's a tie, the returning officer must even notify in a rate said there's a tie. And then within 30 days, a rerun will take place. In this instance, there is no tie. So why rerun? When there is no tie, come and call CR 127 or the call 42. The catch your chief when
Abanti, the end to uncommon.
Yeah. And see, the point you made to the court. And one says, one, there's a subsistent judgment of this high court differently constituted. The kind of say it means say, judge will tell some notion. And then the same judge now not tell some issue. Judge the man what I say no. The different judge and we are saying we call economy. That's why we are high court judge. ama order. Order no cash. Yenkoye collation and declaration. One can say yenkoye reverend. Say collation declaration. That's easy for you. It's easy for difficulty with the collation declaration now. They must come back to the court. Not by themselves to proceed rera. But the order of this court no, it's not for rera. It's for collation declaration. You catch no two. The mandate say the only time EC can rerun is when there's a tie. By their own regulation, the only time they can do that is when there's a tie. In this case, there's no tie. At this stage, if EC decides by themselves, rerun and not to comply with the court orders now, they are in contempt of this court. They can't even PM or trade more of an eclectic easy or constitutional money to conduct election. Now, Mameno, free can be compensated in damages if he wins the eventual case. He wins the case now. Of damages because he's a part of executive. That is what Papa. There was no law, nothing, Kwame. No law in the ruling, no law. Damages there. Two, how do you compensate the woman damages? What are they saying? The time of election I win it, and you know, in the clear so I win it. So that they are going to run. Now, you damages. Damages for what?
Damages from wine and the Bema wine.
EC can give the woman damages. Come here, ruling. There is no law in the ruling. There is no law. The interpretation was dismissed. There is no law.
Wow.
There is no law in the ruling. Come here. Some of the I could just be taken to Kufurudia. Like I said, watching me when you may be baby call contempt. Some of Kuma.
No, Hapa.
And the Korea say, may be seen near to Supreme Court. I must look at teaching that to go here. By 41. Some of Kuma.
Annie.
There's no law in the ruling. There is no law. On one side, say, if you will constitutional right to conduct elections. Now, Mameno can be compensated in damages if he wins the case eventually. If he wins the case eventually, application was dismissed. No law.
Now, Eban Sana says, mo besa, moba Peninsula, Mosumako, Rerano.
Oh, the better Casasam no.
Sani Atinu.
Mentia, Safin Maniati, yeah. When I look at him, Mentia.
And yet,
a party called emergency neck meeting.
Okay.
I'm a mirror, must be beautiful, a baby food, and if you we now, Mamma should be brief on the status of the law on these matters. And I get a secretary. I didn't to me, I said, Mr. Court. My main corporate in Johnson, I got also the election because the choir is for one so the party national, a choir party a bonus. Never call court no. Yeah, you know, say they can the EC can compensate the queer free. Can compensate the queer free if a queer free wins the case, eventual case or winner. And I don't until therefore application was dismissed. I mean, who compensation crowd? Yeah, the compensation in what? Is it that the quality a queer free is? And I say, a regular obey equatorial parliament one man. Let Equatorial say quick in the winning election now. They begin free on man as compensation now. Mentias yet. The mature some for ruling in mammy.
Okay.
Saka, no more Saka, a copy. No more Kushum Kabi.
Nessa can be near chicks.
No more Kabi now, whether there is any law. Our society here. To give that ruling now,
man, authorities be all crowd court.
You rely on because every decision you are about to be as a judge, you must provide authority.
Sure.
You must provide authority. The law based on which you are writing your ruling. That's our learning. How do I tell your law school? In the same vein, no. Who your argument behind, you must also provide the law based on which you are also making your arguments. If I make my argument, say, Adiana osi enkoye rerun no. Rerun no issue enkoye no. Issue na kasa bo no ane mraso. Because the man say there has to be a tie in the parliamentary elections before they can go and do rerun. But this one there's no tie.
Okay.
And you can only find a tie when you collect all the results in the polling station in again maybe 100. Timami Obanya 100. Okay, 100. He said there's a tie. The tie there. Then therefore you go to for.
Okay.
Now we say empire. How do you go and do rerun? I mean, what you run? What do you?
Yeah, hey, Isaac Ibiamami, Isaac Ibiamami.
Me, Makama, actually, anybody who is listening can also go and refer.
But
when you put the two of CI 127, so in the absence of a tie, how do you go and rerun? And if you say now there's a substantive high court judgment, I see young collation declaration, you know. How do you go and proceed to go and rerun without doing a collation declaration? It's so difficult to be judgment now. Go back to the high court. The same judge, I said, my lord, if what you now know myself for a collation declaration. They are quiet, no. The who say, you having difficulty. Then the court will give you several directions. Okay, so I said, yeah, Monko, Namko rerun. Monko, Namko say, Monko say. How can you see by yourself in the absence of a tie in the elections? You say they are doing rerun.
Asemo.
It doesn't make legal sense to me. At all. At all. I think my party say could be more. Every party in that's all.
No, my man was not missing on Pamfamo.
Maturity phone.
A telephone answer Ejo. So lawyer Gary Nimako phone and I think okay 101.7 so
OKFM 101.7.